Welcome to OCR News Weekly. This week, Tough Mudder announces new sponsorship and new event distance. Spartan Race announces new pro team. Bear Grylls Survival Race event canceled. Mud Hero announces Concrete Rush. And Survival Run racers raising money for clean water. Today is Thursday, March 2nd, 2017. I'm Margaret Schlechter, and this is OCR News Weekly, brought to you by Mud Run Guide. This week's episode is brought to you by Spartan Race. Use code MUDRUNGUIDE15 to save 15% on your next Spartan race. Our top story this week comes from Tough Mudder. Last week, Tough Mudder announced new sponsorship with Vega Sports Nutrition. The plant-based nutrition company will have products at select Tough Mudder events in 2017. The second announcement from Tough Mudder came out earlier this week. Tough Mudder announced a new distance with the Tough Mudder 5K being put on in Nashville in August. This event looks to be part stadium race and a revamped version of the past Urban Mudder event that took place a few years ago. The event will feature the 5K distance and 10 of Tough Mudder's signature obstacles, and it looks like without any mud. Our second story this week comes from Spartan Race. Spartan Race CEO Joe DeSena declared February 28, 2017 Global Spartan Day. Spartans took to major cities across the globe to show their support of the brand. From running around Times Square in New York to running downtown Tokyo, Spartans were everywhere showing off their pride. Then the second announcement from Spartan Race this week happened just this morning. Spartan Race announced their 2017 pro team. Several longtime members are returning, such as Amelia Boone, Robert Killian Jr., Faye Stenning, and Matt the Bear Novakovic. Some new racers for this year include the 2016 Women's Masters World Champion Heather Gulnick and 18-year-old VJ Jones. Ray Kolbel, a former member of the Slovenian national gymnastics team, is also in addition to this year's pro team. Additionally, fitness guru Ben Greenfield's joining the pro team. And finally, OCR World Champion podium finisher from last year, Nicole Miracle, has joined the Spartan pro team for 2017. For the full list of 2017 pro team at Spartan Race, check out the show notes or visit mudrunguide.com for the full listing of new athletes. Our next story comes from the UK. The Bear Grylls Survival Race announced this week a cancellation to the Cambridge-Manchester event later on this year. In doing so, they also added an additional day to their London event and are offering full refunds via their website for the canceled Cambridge-Manchester event. Our next story comes from Mud Hero in Canada. Mud Hero announced a new race to their lineup with the creation of Concrete Rush, set to take place later this year in Toronto. The race will feature signature obstacles just without the mud, and as we spoke with Jesse Fulton earlier about this event, he said that they are going to take over Toronto in a way that people have never seen before. Our final story this week comes from Nicaragua and a group of endurance racers heading down there for the Fuego y Agua Survival Run next week. Each year, racers run a fun beer mile during the race week, and this has become a fundraiser for the island. Each year, it focuses on the school children of the island. But this year, two racers, Jeff Murphy and John Taylor, have gone above and beyond as they have raised almost $2,000 prior to arriving on the island. The money that's been raised so far is going to be used for gravity-fed water filtration system for schools all over the island. Currently, enough money has been raised to purchase over 40 of these filtration systems that will be able to help over 15 schools on the island, many of which do not have easy access to drinking water. Each year, a fundraising component has been added to the race week, but this is the first time that this much money has been raised prior to anyone arriving on the island. Fuego y Agua Survival Run is a 70-kilometer, 24-hour endurance race on the island of Ometepe in Nicaragua. We'll be on hand to cover that race live as it unfolds next weekend. We turn now to race results. As the race season kicks into gear, we focus on the top races from the last weekend. Terrain Racing is still sorting out their results from the Houston race, but we have your results from Spartan Race in Arizona and Button Frog Challenge in Florida. Moving to Spartan Race hosted their sprint race on Saturday in Arizona. Taking first place for men is Mark Batteries, second place VJ Jones, third place Ian Dyerly. Over on the women's side, coming in first was Nicole Mino, second Timmy Cordova, and third place was Cynthia Lynch. On Sunday, elite racers took to the super distance, with Victor Quezada taking first place for men, Mark Batteries taking second, and Angel Cantaro taking third place on the men's side. Over on the women's side, Laurel Scherer took the win, with Leah McCarthy coming in second and Timmy Cordova coming in third. Bone Frog was in Florida over the weekend, and the top finishers in their Tier 1 event are, on the men's side, William Allen took first place, Dustin Radney took second, and Jason Williams took third. On the women's side, you had Maria Tornud in first, Amy Price in second, and Heather Peters in third. Coming up this weekend, we have Warrior Dash heading to Texas. National Ninja League Championships are taking place, with over 50 American Ninja Warrior athletes expected to compete at the Apex Movement NorCal in Concord, California. Spartan Race hosts a winter race at Greek Peak in New York. Moving over to Australia, Battlefield Challenge is set to take place in Canberra. In the UK, Nuts Challenge takes place in Surrey. Those are your headlines this week from around the obstacle racing world. If you liked what you heard, subscribe to our show today and never miss the top news stories from around the obstacle racing world and beyond. If you like the show, please leave a review on iTunes, Stitcher, or whatever your favorite podcast player is. OCR News Weekly is a production of Mud Run Guide, and I'm your host, Margaret Schlechter. Have a great week.